Hey friends, if you've been thinking about getting an Overland trailer like a Teardrop or a full-blown expedition setup, you've probably asked yourself a number of questions, but one in particular, is it actually worth it? Or is this one of those things that looks amazing on Instagram, but turns out to be a pain in the butt in real life?
Are they good?
Well, I've spent years overlanding. I've tested more trailers than I can count. I've owned a few, and I've even ditched them entirely at times in favor of a good old ground tent. So today I want to give you the real scoop, the pros, the cons, and my honest take to whether it's better to have one or not. But before we go diving in though, I do want to express my gratitude that you're tuning in here. You're doing me a solid by watching this video, and you can do me another solid by giving it a like. Heck, if you're liking the video, you might as well subscribe to the channel as well. Doing so, you won't miss out on any future episodes or videos on similar topics. And believe me, there's some exciting stuff coming up that you don't want to miss. Anyways, I do digress. Let's jump into today's topic, and let's start with the good stuff, because yeah, there are a lot of good reasons why people fall in love with overlanding trailers. First off, let's talk about comfort. And let's be honest, after a long day out on the trail, there is nothing like climbing into a warm, insulated space like a real mattress. Now, some of these trailers come with built-in kitchens, water tanks, diesel heaters, heck, even some have air conditioning. That's not camping, that's glamping on your terms. Next, setup time. With a trailer, you're basically pulling your entire campsite behind you. Park, drop the stabilizers, and you're ready to relax, or pretty close to it. Now compare that to pitching a ground tent or dealing with the rooftop setup, especially in the rain. You can get the idea with this and where the benefits are with this. Then there's the storage. Trailers give you a ton of room for gear. So you want to bring that giant cast iron pan or that full-size grill? Hey, go for it. Seriously, you can keep all your gear in your trailer apart from food and water, of course, so it's ready to go at a moment's notice. So you have a long week at work, get home on Friday and think, dang, I want to go out camping. Well, having a trailer makes the dream a quick reality. Throw in some food, some beer, some water, hook it up, and hit the road. Also, let's talk about year-round capabilities. Many of these trailers are built for true four-season use. Thick insulation, onboard heating, high clearance suspension, winter camping suddenly becomes way more realistic rather. All right. Finally, let's talk about separation. Being able to drop your trailer and go exploring your rig, that's absolute freedom. You don't have to break your entire camp every time that you want to make a run to the store for an adult beverage or decide to hit the trail for a fun afternoon drive. Just unhitch and roll out, leaving your mobile base camp behind to welcome you when you get back from all the fun. All right, now let's jump lanes here. Let's talk about the flip side of this, because trailers aren't all sunshine and s'mores.
They are not.
First on this side, the elephant in the room, the cost. Now, a decent Teardrop can easily run you $10,000, $20,000 easily, even more. An expedition trailer, heck, now you're looking at $30,000 to $60,000 or more.
I'm listening.
That's a serious investment, and for some folks, that money might be better spent on a rooftop tent, a vehicle build-out, or just simply more gas for the road trip. Second on this side, let's talk about towing. Towing changes everything. Fuel economy drops, your turning radius increases. You can't just bomb down narrow trails like you used to. You're going to need to plan routes more carefully, avoid certain areas, and make peace with driving a little bit slower. Third, storage and maintenance. So when you're using a trailer, it still takes up space. If you don't have room in your driveway or your garage, storage fees can add up. And like anything mechanical, it's gonna need some upkeep. Tires, bearings, water system, batteries, it all needs some love. And fourth, there's that 4 right there, overkill. Let's be honest, if you only get out 2 to 3 times a year, a $40,000 trailer might not make a ton of sense.
Sounds expensive.
Now for solo campers, it can feel, too much setup and not enough use as well. Now, before you go buying a trailer, sit down, evaluate your needs, and go from there. And like any big decision, taking time to consider all the options and will help you make the smarter choice. And lastly, trail limitations. Now, the best campsites are often down some tight, rocky trails. Bringing a trailer back there, well, it might not happen, or if it does, you'll be sweating every turn and obstacle. White knuckle syndrome. Sometimes no trailer simply means more freedom to explore and the ability to get way away from the crowds. So, with all of that said, who should own one? All right, let's have our little fast minute. Let's go our fast track right here. If you're camping 10 or more times a year, go for it. If you're bringing family or friends often, go for it. If you value comfort, speed, and ease of setup, go for it. And if your rig can handle the tow without strain, hey, that makes it easier. Then yes, a trailer can be a total game changer. But if you only camp occasionally, if you're a solo traveler and pack light, or your space in budget are tight, okay, then maybe stick with something more minimal. A ground tent or rooftop tent might suit you better and still keep the adventure alive. So, is it better to have a trailer or not? Well, look, this is a loaded question that each and every one of you watching this is going to have different circumstances. But as I mentioned, it really does depend on how you like to camp and how often you go. For some people, a trailer unlocks a whole new level of comfort and possibilities. For others, it's just another thing to maintain, store, and pay for. So if you're on the fence, man, there's a lot of places out there that will rent one. Go rent one first. Seriously though, try it out for a weekend trip or actually a couple weekends. You'll learn a lot about what you like, what you don't like, and whether that path is the right for you. And at the end of the day, the best gear is the gear that gets you out there more often with less stress and more fun. More fun. I'm going to double down on the more fun side of it there. So whether you invest in an overlanding trailer or not, the goal is to enhance your outdoor experience. Make your decisions based upon what gets you outdoors more often, and it'll be the right decision for you. All right. That's all I got here for you today. Now, if you found this helpful, friends, you'd be doing me a big favor by hitting that like button. It really does help with the whole YouTube algorithm. I keep repeating that over and over again, but it really does help, and I do thank you. Drop questions down below on additional topics that you would like for me to cover, or if you have questions on some of the trailers, or whether it be a Teardrop or Expedition trailer, if you have any questions, let me know down below. Happy to help you. And actually, while you're at it, why don't you comment down below? What is your setup right now? Do you have a trailer, rooftop tent, ground tent, or are you on the van life? I'd love to hear about it. Well, with that said, friends, I'm going to be shutting off the cameras, and I will see you in the next video.